Okay. Turn up Studio B. Are we on? Hey, we're okay. Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm the captain.
I'm Nadia. Do you like my pajamas?
We are in Studio B, and I'm here with my good buddy Mylan Lazistan. He's going to be playing at 2:30. Mylan, how do you feel about playing on the Megathon this year?
I feel saucy.
Saucy? That's great. We cannot wait to have you. He always has some weird thing planned.
We brought a frat. We brought a fraternity with us.
I know he bought about, I think, 10 other people, and they're going to probably eat all our food and drink all of our water.
And rape all our women.
Hey, come on.
Anyway, sorry.
That's terrible. I just want to make a few acknowledgments. These really beautiful paintings back here, these were painted by the very talented
shiny
Natalia Gali.
I was going to ask you who
I
did
think
them.
her website is nataliagali.com, so check it out. She's
Who,
very talented.
who designed this set? Like, I like these like floating sticks.
Natalia and
Really?
George, and
Huh.
I think also Robert Jenkins.
I feel like I'm in like an REM music video.
It was very. What's he doing? What are you doing back
He's
there,
humping the
Mylan?
pole.
Mylan, why are you being so silly? Mylan is he's doing really well in the music world right now. I heard that your band is going to be playing the Warped Tour. Where the hell are you? Oh, is that mic working?
I don't think so. Half these mics weren't working.
I heard you're playing the Warped Tour.
Yeah, doing that.
That's awesome.
You gotta talk about yourself a little better. You're not really impressing me too much.
Nah, I don't. Where's
Are you drunk?
no.
He's ready to go? All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Mylan will be coming on a little later, and we're going to go to the very talented Rodger Weaver in Studio A.
Woo!
Oh, there we go. Hey, I hate to brag in front of this many people, but folks, my name is Rodger Weaver. My comedy has been described as laugh to yourself funny. Thank you. Hey, as we're starting out, I'm a single, very white male. I am actually, this is true, I'm actually a non-practicing heterosexual. And you know, I got into comedy for the same reason as big names like Seinfeld and DeGeneres. To meet girls. Hey, I'm kind of losing my hair, and someone suggested, you know, Rodger, you should shave your head. A lot of people shave their head when they're like starting to go bald. And I thought about it, and I realized that you kind of have to have a certain look to pull that off. I'm very tall with like pale skin, big ears. If I were to shave my head, I would look like Nosferatu. Nosferatu, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a good look, is all I'm saying. That'll be my last silent film reference, by the way. Looks good on you, sir. I am told every now and then that I look like a celebrity, and this is my one celebrity impression, folks. It's my impression of screen legend Clint Eastwood. It goes something like this. Thank you. It's pretty much it. It's really just me squinting, really, is all it is, with a hat from a Goodwill store. But the audience enjoys it, and I do that impression like every time I do comedy. And after a show recently, a young woman came up to me, very attractive young woman, well endowed. It's not important to the story, but she told me, "You don't look like Clint Eastwood. You look like Steve Buscemi." You guys know Steve Buscemi, character actor Steve Buscemi? I thought about it later. I realized what she was saying is, "You look like the ugliest famous person I can think of." How do you take that exactly? And more importantly, why say this to someone if it's not a nice comparison? You know, I don't know this person, but I want to ruin their day. Why would you do that? Because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go up to a woman that I didn't know and say, "Hey, anyone ever tell you? You kind of look like a celebrity. You look like Rosie O'Donnell." Did anyone ever mention that to you? No, that's not nice. I wouldn't do that, no. Hey, it's great to be here. This is the big Megathon, right? This is a thrill for me. This is actually, that was my favorite movie, Godzilla versus Megathon. That was a classic. Raymond Burr, was it? I forget now. But it's great to be here. I like to follow the news. I like to keep up with what's going on in the world. And what's the latest thing? I guess how about that Octomom? She's quite the character, Octomom. I just like, Nadia Suleiman is her name, right? I just like the fact that she's referred to as Octomom. I mean, now, she's essentially, you know, she's become a Spider-Man villain at this point. You know, bent on world domination, which is, I don't know if you guys have looked into her. I've actually done some research on Octomom. She didn't just give birth to the octuplets, right? She has 14 kids overall. And she had 8 babies the last time she gave birth. The previous time, she had twins. So she went from having 2 babies to 8 babies. I don't even know what this means. She's reproducing exponentially, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know anything about cube roots, exponential functions? I mean, she went from 2 cubed to 8. The next time, she keeps reproducing at that rate. The next time she gives birth, she's going to have 512 babies. You do the math. I mean, someone's got to step in. We need to quarantine her uterus. She's going to reproduce us into the ground, I think. Could happen. What's else in the news? The big swine flu. Swine flu's in the news. I try to be safe. I try to be careful. They say that the best way to prevent swine flu is you got to wash your hands very thoroughly. Not just rinse them off for like a couple of seconds. You got to wash them vigorously for like 15, 20 seconds. And it said the best way to do it as like a guide, they said you should sing Happy Birthday while you're washing your hands. And I'm extra safe. I wash my hands and I sing Freebird. I do the guitar solo. I do it all, and my hands are raw by the end of it. But hey, it's a small price to pay to stop a world pandemic, in my opinion. Did you know that NASA, they're actually fixing right now, they're fixing the Hubble telescope. They're having the Hubble telescope fixed. I don't know about you, I think they're just lucky to get someone to come out on a weekend. I mean, they said they'd be there Saturday between 9 and 5, I think. But they're fixing the Hubble telescope. The space shuttle is up there. And is it just me, or has some of the magic, some of the luster come off the space program? I can remember, you remember the old days, the race with the Soviets, the space race, landing on the moon. On the last space shuttle mission, this is what they did. They did repairs, they spent their time dodging space junk, and they tested the feasibility of the astronauts drinking their own recycled urine. I'm just saying, some of the luster's worn off, some of the romance is gone. Is all. I couldn't imagine Neil Armstrong saying, "This is one small sip for man, one giant gulp for mankind." No, Tom Wolfe wouldn't write a book about this current space program, is all I'm saying. I mean, it's not, the luster has worn off. Again, could be just me. Again, what else was in the news? I saw a couple of interesting statistics in the paper recently about our country. The first one said that right now in the U.S., there are more women living alone than any time in our history. And the second statistic said, we're selling more batteries than we ever have at any time in our history. And is there a connection? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. You hear that sound? That's the sound of comedy in space. No? Okay. I have a theory about women that I'm developing, and it's appropriate that I have a theory about women because most of my interaction with women is theoretical, frankly. Yeah, it's a lot of hypotheses, not so much field work. My theory is that they're not honest about what they're looking for in a man. Like, say if you were to ask a woman, like, what are you looking for, read the personal ads, what's one of the first things women say that they're looking for in a man? What do you think? What quality?
Funny.
Funny, yes. Sense of humor, right. And it's totally not true, right? That's my point. I can speak on this with some authority. I am not the funniest comedian in the world. No, I wouldn't be performing at 1 a.m. On a dirty carpet if I was. But my sense of humor is well above average. It is. It's been tested. I took the comedy aptitude test and I scored 1,600. Has that ever helped with a woman? No, of course not. They don't care. And I don't blame them for that. I have no problem. All I'm saying is be honest about it. I think in this one area, guys are a little more honest. I have a friend. This is what he said he was looking for in a woman. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not embellishing. This is an exact quote. He said he wanted a woman with a nice ass and a decent face. And that's it. Those are the two qualities he was looking for in a mate, I guess. And you can't say, I mean, you might say that's very superficial, very shallow, and you'd be right, of course it is, but you can't say it's not honest. I mean, that's honest. Admittedly, the guy, he's no romantic poet. I mean, you'd never read in literature, she walks in beauty like the night, with a decent face and an ass that's tight. I mean, he's not Lord Byron, I think you'll agree. But honest, I mean, you'll notice he didn't mention the breasts. He's willing to meet her halfway on the breasts, which I respect. Hey, if this ever happened, have you ever been in this situation? Have you ever been talking to someone who doesn't speak English that well, and you find yourself imitating them back to them. Like, you're not trying to be mean, you're not trying to make fun of the way they talk, you just inadvertently start imitating them. And it can be embarrassing. I'll give you an example. I was recently talking to a young Asian woman, well endowed, not important, and she did not speak English well. I think English might have been her second language. And this was the conversation we had. I'm going to recreate it for you. She said to me, "You sure you know cop? You look like cop. You sure you know cop?" And I go, "Me no cop. Me no cop." And I'll be honest with you, it's a little embarrassing, me no cop. Because, I speak English much better than that, me no cop. It's not even a verb in that sentence, me no cop. I should state for the record, I was just there for a massage. Yeah, no sucky sucky, if I may use the industry term.
Me no freebie, no.
Thank you. He's familiar with the industry terms. Wow, this is a great audience. Hey, what is, I'll just, you, sir, what is your favorite food? Pizza, excellent choice. We all love pizza. My favorite food, no one ever believes me when I tell them my favorite food. McDonald's French fries, like when they're fresh, hot, loaded with trans fats, they're very good, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, my least favorite food, cold, leftover McDonald's French fries. Somebody ever had these by mistake, on a dare, for any reason? Yeah. McDonald's French fries, they have the shelf life of just launched fireworks. They are spectacular for a few seconds, and then they're worthless, frankly. If you let them sit around for like a couple minutes, you don't eat them right away, they turn into a little shoestring of congealed oil and fat, right? It's like biting into one of Dick Cheney's arteries. It's not pleasant, is my point. In fairness for our ex-vice president, that's pure conjecture on my part. Hey, I like the French fries at McDonald's, but I like the McDonald's chocolate milkshake. But it reminds me of the old line about the Holy Roman Empire, which people said was neither holy, nor Roman, nor an empire. Because the McDonald's chocolate milkshake, it's neither chocolate, nor is it milk, nor is it a shake, ladies and gentlemen. It's a collection of thickening agents and artificial sweeteners. But it's darn tasty. I like the shake. And it's the opposite of the French fries, because the French fries are very ephemeral, right? They're here, then they're gone. The shakes are very enduring. Have you noticed? You ever seen a shake, like from McDonald's, like spilled on the sidewalk, and it's raining, and it's still holding its shape? Have you seen that? And then you come back a couple weeks later, and the shake is still there, and the cup is starting to decompose at that point. That's disturbing to me. That bothers me. What I do in real life, by the way, I should state, I mentioned this earlier, I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. I work as a teacher. It's my real job. And here's my view on the students today. They're very technologically adept, right? Much more so than I am, right? They're always on the internet. When I was in school, we used books. We used, had actual bindings and pages and everything. But today, they just use the computer for everything, which is good in a way, but also has its problems. I guess maybe I'm jealous because, like, in my day, if you wanted to like plagiarize a paper, you actually had to literally like copy it out of the encyclopedia. Now you can just like cut and paste. So cheating is it's a breeze, it's a snap today, and that's why I'm jealous. But here's the other problem: there's things like Wikipedia. You all know Wikipedia, right? The online encyclopedia, and it's kind of a neat idea when I heard about it because Wikipedia, not only can anyone access the information, but anyone can log on and edit entries, create entries, which is cool because, for so long, this kind of writing was reserved for people, biased by years of dedicated research. And now, just anyone with a laptop and a latte can chime in, which is, it's about time, frankly. You used to need like a PhD, now, a username, and, you're writing research entries, which is cool. But, of course, the problem, the downside, is that you can't always trust the information you get on Wikipedia. I mean, that's been my finding. I'll see what you guys think. I looked up, before this show, I looked up some stuff on Wikipedia, and you guys tell me if this sounds kosher to you, if it sounds like it's proper information. The first thing, the Spanish word for koala is el koala. That could be true. Not particularly helpful, but it could be true. In the area of botany, I looked this up. The holly tree can be either male or female. The female holly tree is distinguished by bright red berries and is notoriously slutty. Again, that could be true. It doesn't sound professorial. I don't know. I researched this on Wikipedia. Boxers were the most popular form of underwear until I screwed that up. That's not from Wikipedia. That's just I messed that joke up. I'll move on to the next one. We'll edit that out later. I looked this up on Wikipedia. Italics, the form of writing called italics, was actually invented years before the standard alphabet. And for centuries, ancient civilizations could only write titles, foreign words, and things they really wanted to emphasize. I looked this up on Wikipedia. The last words of Abraham Lincoln were, "Don't tase me, bro." Does that sound like Lincoln to you? I don't know. I researched this on Wikipedia. The national anthem of Puerto Rico is "Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard." Does that sound, I mean, it's part of the U.S. It shouldn't even have a national anthem, I think. But I saw this on Wikipedia. The most memorable quote of Bill Clinton's impeachment trial was when the president said, "Well, that depends on what your definition of jizz is." In fairness to Wikipedia, that one could just be a typo. I'm not sure. That could just be a typo. I don't know. Well, it's an exciting time in our country. I don't know about you guys. I was watching the inauguration, and very exciting, very moving. I'm very hopeful for our country, and I just had such a warm feeling as I watched the inauguration. And I was just seeing the celebrities there, people, like Aretha Franklin, swollen with pride. It was just very moving, and I was so moved by watching the inauguration that I actually wrote down a few lines myself of, like kind of a speech, if you will, a short little speech which I'm going to share with you. I have a dream. I have an awesome dream. I have a dream that one day people in this country will be judged not by the color of their skin, but rather by the content of their website. I have a dream that one day same-sex couples will be free to marry and have the chance to get stuck in loveless, soul-sucking relationships just like heterosexual couples do. I have a dream that one day, not just California, but every state of the union will be governed by a foreign-born action hero. Can you imagine that? Wouldn't that be great? Governor Schwarzenegger may present Governor Van Dam of Connecticut. Governor Chan of Hawaii. Hawaii may already have a Governor Chan. I'm not sure. I haven't done my research. I have to look that up on Wikipedia. Well, it's exciting time. Obama's president. Big news for Obama, I guess, was the dog. They just got a dog a couple weeks ago, and the dog was a Portuguese water dog, a gift from Ted Kennedy, raised by Ted Kennedy, trained by Ted Kennedy. And I thought this was interesting. The dog apparently, if it's in a water emergency, it will save itself and call for help 24 hours later. It's not Lassie, is my point. It's not, you don't, this is fun. Anyone have a time check? Because excellent, 10 minutes. No, that's good. My next joke, thank you for coming in. The audience just increased by 20%. Hey, I'll tell you a quick story. I went to high school with an actual celebrity, a real live celebrity. Callista Flockhart, everyone knows Callista Flockhart, right? You went Rutgers? Yes. Very good. I went to high school with her, and Shawnee High School, and she was in the same graduating class as me. And whenever people find out that I know Callista Flockhart, they always ask me, I went to school with her. I mean, they always ask me, how well I know her, and I tell them, back in high school, not only did I know her after lunch, I used to hold the bucket for her. But no, I know that I shouldn't say that because she doesn't like jokes like that. In fact, she's gone on the record. She said if she hears one more joke about her being anorexic, she's going to throw up. And far be it from me to do that to her. But true story. She got her start acting in high school. She used to act like I didn't exist, and she was very good, I have to say. Prodigy even then. And we had a class reunion several years ago now, and she actually came to our reunion, because this was now she's on a show, she's on Brothers and Sisters, and it's like an ensemble cast, but when we had this reunion, she was like a big star. This was at the height of Ally McBeal, and she was like not only a star, but like on tabloids and everything. So she was like pretty big time. And she actually came to our reunion. She flew in for this reunion, and they did a nice thing. They had like a wall of pictures of people from our class, and in front of the wall they had this life-size cardboard cutout of Calista Flockhart. And when I walked up to it, I found out when I got up close, it was actually her when I got up close. But no, in person she looks almost lifelike. And when I saw her that night, I said, "This is cool," because in high school she basically ignored me, and when I went up to her that night, she still ignored me. And I thought that was kind of neat because, you know, so often all that success will really change a person. But, you know, she was still just as I remembered her, which was cute. A friend of mine, the wife of a friend of mine that night, not a classmate, but a wife of a friend of mine, well endowed, not important, she suggested that I should ask Calista Flockhart out, because at the time we were both single, you know, same age. It's a logical progression. And I thought about it, and I ended up not doing it, because I said, you know, she lives in Manhattan Beach, California. I live in southern New Jersey. Long-distance relationships rarely work out. You know, why put her through that, I thought. So I didn't ask her out. So you know, you were left to contemplate what would have happened. But I think it's just as well that I didn't ask her out, because if Calista Flockhart and I were to get together and actually like have sex, I think it might like start a fire, frankly, because the friction, you understand. Anyway, it's her loss. That's the way I look at it. You know, her loss. You know, she's probably with some loser now. But you know who she's with? Anyone? There you go, Harrison Ford. She's made out all right for herself. But it's funny, because when I was back in school, I watched Star Wars, and like this huge movie, big, you know, bigger than life stars, and I never thought that I would, you know, someone of my contemporary would be romantically involved with someone from the big screen like Harrison Ford, Han Solo. But years later, this kind of happened to me. This is true. Something similar, not quite a relationship with a Star Wars hero, but I was at a Star Wars convention, and Chewbacca humped my leg. May not have been the real Chewbacca, but the sentiment was real, I think. Wow, before I wrap up, what to say? This has been an amazing situation. You guys familiar with fun-sized candy? You know what I'm talking about, because I brought a visual aid just in case, just to show you. It actually says it right in the bag, like fun-sized candy. It's a little candy bars we give out on Halloween, right? You know, and what's happened here, folks, is the candy company has been able to quantify fun for us, you know, which is nice. And this is fun size, right? Because in most things you would say like bigger is better. You hear that a lot. This is like, happens to be a Butterfinger bar. This is like a regular size Butterfinger. That's not fun, am I right? There's nothing fun about that, no. This is fun size. I say this to illustrate a point. When I'm with a woman, I tell her, you know, it's not small, it's fun size. That's the point of that story. Yeah, you know where I'm going. Okay. Very good. Hey, before I wrap up, I'm going to leave you with a quick public service announcement, because I care, frankly, about people. I get a lot of crazy junk email about ridiculous products. I can talk about an adult subject just after 1 in the morning. Drunk just walked in, but we're glad to have you. I get all this crazy junk email about ridiculous products. Products like penis enlargement cream. I can talk about this. The product penis enlargement cream is a scam. I have done exhaustive research, and what I have found is that you can put any cream on your, you know, penis, and it gets bigger, is what I found. It doesn't have to be an expensive prescription drug, is all I'm saying. I mean, you can put tartar sauce on penis, and it gets bigger. Tartar sauce is pennies a serving. Did you want to say something? You want to jump in here?
Rodger, thank you so much. That
Okay,
was great.
thank you very much.
I don't understand why you're so afraid to say penis.
It's part of my shtick,
come on,
but
say it. Say it really loud.
I'm on a mic, you know. Penis.
Penis.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. Who cares?
Right.
It's
That's
a Megathon, baby. Are you excited to be here?
yes. I said Godzilla vs. Megathon is one of my favorite movies all time. So I'm
Mine
very
too.
excited to
I
be
like
here.
it.
Yeah.
Now, Roger, where can people see you?
Wow.
in the
Where
near
can people
future?
see me?
'Cause
That's a good question.
After this, you're going to be world famous because there's countless people watching you on Ustream right now. PrinceTV.org.
Countless people is
Yes.
yes. We couldn't
Why
count
are you
them.
so
We couldn't count
self-deprecating?
them.
Is that your shtick?
Yes, that's my shtick. I'm actually a world-renowned comedian.
That's kind of yeah. I know. You should be proud of yourself. I like your deal. I like your act. It's good.
The person telling me that I should be proud of myself is wearing a mask. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't want his identity known. To say that no, you're good. You're good.
I'm the captain, baby. All right.
I don't want people to know who I am. That's complimenting you.
I'm proud of myself. All right. I do a lot of stuff out there for all the little people.
Somebody has to. Somebody has to.
Why not?
Who better than you, the masked
The masked dude.
Avenger dude?
Anyone ever tell you kind of look like Clint Eastwood?
No, I've never heard that. I did
Really?
the impression earlier. You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't because I was.
It's
I'm starting to lose it. No, it's yeah. Look at that. You are a spitting image. Oh my God.
be like Clint Eastwood and Tonto. We could no.
Yeah, that's
No, the Lone Ranger. It's 1 a.m. I'm making an ass of myself.
that's okay. It's okay to make an ass of yourself because it's
Well,
Megathon.
I think you've demonstrated that amply.
I cannot believe this guy is goofing on me. Can you believe that? I come out here. I'm
You're trying
to
to help.
promote him. You didn't
I
even tell
appreciate-
people where you're going to be playing.
Well, you kind of interrupted me, but
Oh, I did.
I'll be playing at
I mean, not playing, but performing.
performing at Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia at the end of July. That's the next thing that I'm promoting
Do
that's
you have
in
a
the
date
area.
for that, or?
It's like July 27th to 31st. Those are the wrong dates, but it's that week. It's the end of July.
I think he just doesn't want you to come because he's.
Check my
he's,
MySpace.
Yeah. What's your MySpace?
Roger Weaver Comedy at MySpace. I don't have a URL. I'm
Yeah.
not
you know
technologically
what?
inclined.
I was when I
were
booked
looking
you
for
on the
video,
show.
yes.
I was looking for your website.
Again, wearing a mask.
This guy is
No, but
is
it's
a
fu-
piece of work.
it's
you
a
know, let
joke,
me tell you
though, that you-
No, I understand.
he's-
Yeah. But that's my shtick, is to get pissed off
Right.
for at
See, if
very
you were to
petty
rob
things.
right? No, if you were to rob a bank, he wouldn't have a mask on. But when he books me for comedy or promotes me, that's when he puts on the mask. That's my point. See, that's
Yeah, I just didn't want. I didn't want. I just didn't want anyone to know about it. All right, okay.
You're fine.
That's just between
fine.
you and me. All right. No, I'm very happy that you came, and I'm very
just happy to be a part of it, and I was happy to entertain 4 very sleepy people.
Great.
And I'm using a broad definition of the term entertain.
I understand. Rodger Weaver, above average comedian. Check him out. He's playing at where is
exactly.
it again?
Helium Comedy Club,
Helium
Sansom
Comedy
Street,
Club.
Philadelphia.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Now we are
Thank
going
you.
to go to Studio B. We are going to have a little bit of a exciting segment with Tom and Doug. Chicka, 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 ow!